for me, I heard it the first time. Now, coming on. Let's come on to the actual behavior of Michael. I want to also stress this as well. Remember this, Amber, first of all, number one. I remember I showed you a picture. It says she doesn't date black guys. Okay, cool. Maybe you don't class Michael as black. I class him as black. Number two, obviously, she stated that she eats boys for breakfast. So that's going to create a certain attitude in her. Number three, she says, obviously, she's never been rejected. She said this, not me. She said this. She's never been rejected. Okay? Now, that creates an air of mysticism of, I'm a princess, or, do you know what? I'm too good. I can never get rejected. No one can ever do me wrong, because at the end of the day, I'm invincible. Right? That's the attitude it brings, right? And so what happens is, remember before she started dating Michael, how the toxicity was coming out, how rude she was to Callum. Y'all forgetting this. You're quick to come and talk about Amber and all this madness, but forget where she started from. The reason why I didn't like her is because when she was talking to Callum, who she was coupled up with, she was hella rude. Hella rude. Telling him he's old, he's boring, you know, the shades that he's wearing doesn't fit him. Like, she made him feel like an absolute dick. But nobody really, you guys were on board then, innit? Now she's met somebody, yeah, who made her better. I'm not parring her. She looked better when she got with Michael. Yeah, that rudeness seemed to have gone away. But unfortunately, it raises its ugly head because the scorpion is still a scorpion. Do you get me? How long we got? Cool. So, here's another point. So what happens is, I believe this is why Michael came with the energy he came with. And the turning point for Michael, really, there was two turning points. One was the Mora situation. At that point, if you saw the way that he got pissed when Amber ignored him, and he's mentioned this when he was talking to Amber when Caroline Flack was there, that he's experienced things like this. I think, no, it wasn't Caroline Flack, it might be when he was talking to Anna, that he's experienced this kind of thing before and does not want to experience it again.
Like the fragments of my bones. I hadn't been staying true to myself. Biting my tongue in situations I wouldn't usually bite my tongue in, and overlooking things I wouldn't usually overlook. I mean, I've been through that situation before, and that's why things haven't worked out. So,
right? So Amber, I'm not even going to mention the word immature because you take it and then run away with it. But Amber has showed some kind of, like I said, air of princess, this arrogance.
I'm not even mad. If she was really pretty, I'd probably be even worse. But I can physically see that I'm better than her in every sense of the word. So there's nothing I need to say because the floor takes itself. And yeah, I kick off sometimes. But when shit happens to me, I'm fine. Although it really hurts my heart that this has happened to me, I know how to handle it and I know I will be fine. And I'm not worried about me at all. I'm not even mad. If she was really pretty, I'd probably be even more.
Yeah, because after the Mora situation, she came down, my man tried to talk to her, she ignored him, yeah? He then pulled her up for it, then she tried to flip it on him, and he ended up apologizing. Now, some of you are going to say, well, that's his choice. Oh, he's a weak male then. Well, if he's a weak male and he's going with another girl, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Deep what you're saying. Deep it. So now, he's obviously addressed Amber after the Mora situation and he's apologizing when it was actually her in the wrong. When he actually questioned her about why she aired him, she lied and said, oh, I didn't air you. And then actually admitted, yes, I didn't air you. The only reason why I aired you is because... So for me already, that I cancelled her. And I could see in his eyes, he's really starting to think, this girl's dangerous, I don't really like what she's doing. Further on, there was other points there. There was another conversation that they had, and he tried to address her, and I think it went all white. He tried to address her, and she basically ignored what he was trying to say, and just basically shut him down. And then the third conversation, before he went into the Casa Amor, where he tried to address a situation, and she just kind of again shut him down. There was no safe space for the talking. There was no safe space for the release of man's heart to tell her things, you get me? So it was obvious that this was going to happen. Now, for me, I feel like what happened is, Michael feels, and this is part insecurity and part also Amber's actions, I feel like the way Michael views himself to Amber is almost as if Amber's a really top gal, yeah? And he's not at the same level. Because this is where normally the insecurity comes from when you don't think you're at the same level. He's not at the same level when it comes to Amber. So what's happened is the internal reflection is anything she does, he's going to over-scrutinize it. This is what I believe is the honest truth. I think one of the things that he may have over-scrutinized, but also I believe rightly so, is that this girl is going to take him for a mug. Because I'm stating my emotions, I'm being vulnerable to you, I'm telling you how I feel, but you're not replying to me back. This girl may be trying to run me around. So when that thinking goes into your head that this girl may be trying to run me around, what happens is, like I said, the way you're going to react is like the wounded dog. So what's happening here is, Michael feels like, oh, this girl thinks that she's got me around her finger. This is the type of energy that he brought. She thinks that I'm around his finger. Then fast forward to the point where they had the challenge and the tweet came out. And the tweet said he's whipped. At that point, I believe that conjunction, when that tweet came out and they said it to him, he made a decision at that point. I believe at that point that he will not be the guy that will be told he's whipped. Do you understand? See, I know that energy. When you feel like when you feel like you're a good guy, but you're not the guy that will take when you've been taking the piss off in the past, yeah, and you're a good guy, and then you kind of, I guess, go through like a little bad stage, and then you come again to being a good guy again, yeah. Sometimes people feel like because you're a good guy, they can take the piss, and then sometimes your internal thought process is somebody may be, let's for instance like Amber, her rudeness may not be rude, but the way she's coming across sounds like she's being rude or being arrogant or trying to twist you around her finger, but really she's not sure how to behave also because she's got walls up as well. It can be interpreted from your own internal thinking. How long got? That oh, this girl is trying to take me for a ride. And so therefore, the good guy, bad guy then comes out. It's like, you can't take me for a mug. I've tried to be a nice guy to you and I'm going to show you that I can't be taken for a mug. That is the energy that Michael came in with. I'm not talking about in the villa when he was with Joanna. I'm talking about when he came in and he tried to talk to Amber the first time. That was the energy he came with. Here's why I say that. When he started talking to Anna, because Anna came over, yeah, the first thing he said was, the first kind of things he said was, don't chat to me like that. You can never chat to me like that.
What the fuck is going on? There's a lot of things that you've not seen that's gone down between me and Amber.
Like?
I already know that you're done with me.
Like?
Right, don't even speak to me like that, I swear to God, because I will not continue this conversation.
Like?
I really thought that we were friends. That's not what I'm not done with this conversation. You've acted like an absolute child. You've acted like a child. These little catty comments.
The things that you said about Danny is exactly what you said about Danny. It's just about Danny. The things you said about Danny, you're not who I thought you are.
Yeah, cool.
You're not who I thought you are.
That energy, yeah, that you could never chat to me like that, comes from, I was a good guy, turned bad, turned good, and I'm nobody's lapdog. That is, I'm not nobody's lapdog type of energy. You see, when you're a dickhead, pure dickhead from the beginning, you won't even need to say I'm nobody's dickhead because the person can't even come to you like you're unbothered. Bit like how Muggy Mike and them mans were, yeah? But when you actually care and you're looking like the bad guy, because I feel like Michael is somebody who cares about perception. Yeah? I feel like he's one who cares about perception. Here's why. Because when he was talking to Amber, he was saying, I feel like all the girls are turned against me. Yeah? Some of you lot were calling it gaslighting. I don't think it was gaslighting. I think he actually genuinely cares what people think. And obviously he was even hurt by the fact that Anna had turned against him so much. Right? So when he's mentioning it to Amber about the friendship thing, it's about the pain that he feels. Listen, Michael doesn't see himself as the bad guy. It's not a Muggy Mike situation. It's not the bad guys of Theo and them from old. It's none of that. Because them mans didn't have heart, brother. That's different. You understand? What we're talking about, Michael, is somebody who thought, do you know what, I really like this girl. Yeah? I tried to be the good guy. This girl didn't reply the energy that I wanted. Now, when I've moved on, you're not trying to move mad. And you're trying to belittle me. It will never happen. This is what's running through his head. Because that energy that he came with, that energy that you guys don't recognize, that energy, that emotion, that character switch that you guys are seeing it only comes from a place when you feel like you're being mugged off, when you feel like people are trying to take you for a mug. That's that energy. That energy that you brought, I've seen it before and I was like, I know that energy. It is simply, you can never take me for a mug. I'm not nobody's lapdog. I've been there and it's like, basically what he's saying is, I used to be that guy that somebody can walk over, but I will never be that guy now. Do not take the piss. I am not the one. That is the energy he came with. That's why you don't recognize it, because it comes from a place of, from the past, and it brings itself into the film. There's a past pain, yeah, that maybe a girl tried to take the piss out, maybe a girl did take the piss out of him, and now he's growing up, he realized, no girl can do that to me ever again, and he will never allow a girl to ever do that to him again. That's why the energy that he came with Anna, when Anna started talking, he's like, listen, if you're gonna come on that chat, I'm not having it. If you're gonna come with that chat, I'm not having it. If you're gonna come with that energy, I'm not having it. Simple as. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I started to realize, okay, this is about something that you've experienced in the past that's coming now to this point. You will not have it if a girl tries to belittle you. And so, like he said, he was keeping his mouth very shut for Amber, and that's why he's when he said this, he said, "You've opened up your feelings, yeah."
Like a dickhead, just to set things straight here. I opened up to that guy, and now he's saying that I made him look like a dickhead.
He didn't open up.
You need to calm yourself down, mate. Stop acting like the goddamn big man, because you're not.